Coming up on the Daily O, the sentencing of an Oklahoma officer. We'll tell you more about the case.
And how the city of Tulsa is cleaning up. All of this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Friday edition of the Daily O. I'm Kendall May Stark.
And I'm Tyler Tripodi. We're glad you're with us. A developing story in Oklahoma. Yesterday, an Oklahoma City police officer learned his fate after a domestic ordeal. 2 years ago, Officer Christopher Gellenbeck assaulted his son during a fight with his wife. This happened in a Target parking lot in North OKC. Officials say Gellenbeck grabbed his son by the throat, choking him until he almost lost consciousness. He is now convicted of child abuse and faces a recommendation of 4 years in prison. Sentencing is scheduled in October.
An update on Operation Safe. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol says that 1 million pounds of trash has been cleared from over 64 sites since the project began. This is part of an initiative just started by Governor Stitt to clear homelessness encampments from state property. Officials say the goal of this operation isn't to solve the homeless problem, but clear people from where they're at a risk to themselves and drivers. No arrests have been made, and only one person has accepted help from local resources.
Hundreds of newly hired teachers have still not been paid. This comes after State Superintendent Ryan Walters canceled last month's Board of Education meeting. The board had planned to vote on the matter during that meeting. They held a makeup meeting last week, but teacher pay was not on the agenda. The issue affects non-certified teachers filling positions amid the state's teacher shortage. State law requires those teachers to be paid the same as substitutes unless the board votes to give them full-time pay.
And on the topic of education, some teachers are under threat of dismissal for political comments. Following the murder of Charlie Kirk, Superintendent Walters says educators who glorify or politicize his death could face investigations. This could lead to losing their teaching license. Walters says he is aware of teachers using Kirk's murder to push political messages. He is urging parents to report any behavior that could disrupt the classroom environment. So far, the Oklahoma State Department of Education has not confirmed how many teachers are under review or what the investigative process will involve.
Oklahoma's Attorney General is weighing in on whether or not a new law will restrict drag shows. The law prohibits adult performances with obscene materials in public spaces in the presence of children. It does not contain any reference to drag shows. Attorney General Gentner Drummond says that a drag show will only be affected if it contains obscene material. He states that any drag show would have to be evaluated to identify if it fits in this category.
It's time again for all of us to figure out our weekend plans. Thankfully, Aaron Stinson is here with our weekend preview. Aaron?
With midterms right around the corner, a lot of us are looking for some way to relax on the weekends. Lucky for you, I'm here to let you know what's going on in and around Stillwater this weekend. Starting from earlier this week, the Born and Raised Music Festival in Pryor continues through Saturday, and the Oklahoma State Fair is open throughout the weekend. The Tulsa Drillers and Oklahoma City Comets also continue to play at home through Sunday. Tonight, in Stillwater, Hugh Jackman performs some of his most memorable music at the McKnight Center, followed by another Tony Award winner, Sutton Foster, performing Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, the Tulsa Golden Hurricane hosts the Navy Midshipmen for an American Football Conference clash, kickoff at 7. And finally, on Sunday, Suicide Boys will be performing at the BOK Center in Tulsa at 6:30, while Chevelle performs at the Criterion in OKC, featuring Asking Alexandria and Dead Poet Society at 8. Well, that's all the time I have, but there's still plenty more to do this weekend. Back to you guys.
It was a hot day here in Stillwater, but can we expect that heat to stick around through tonight? William Manziel is in the Weather Center with your evening forecast. Will, what's it looking like out there?
Yeah, Tyler, like you said, it has been a hot week here in Stillwater, and unfortunately for today, that does not seem to be changing anytime soon. As you can see, we're looking at about 93 degrees outside, but that real feel saying it's going to feel more like 96 or so, and we got that wind coming in from the southeast at about 6 miles per hour. Now, that's all I've got here for now. I'll see you when we get to the overnight forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for that, William. When we return, how Oklahoma is celebrating the state fair.
And students' reactions to the greatest showman coming to Stillwater. The Daily O returns right after this.
Got a computer issue? Meet AB Computers, Stillwater's trusted experts in computer repairs. We understand how important your devices are to you. That's why we offer fast turnaround times, so you're never disconnected for long.
Hello, my name is Roger Smith. I'm the owner of AB Computers here in Stillwater. I offer excellent services for repairs, upgrades, custom build of systems. I do Mac and PC repair. I've got best prices on pretty much everything you can look for.
We service all types of computers, from PCs and gaming rigs to tablets and everything in between. Whatever your tech needs, AB Computers is your one-stop solution. Whether it's a locked screen, a sluggish system, or any other tech trouble, AB Computers has you covered. Visit us at 211 North Perkins Road, Suite number 10, right next to Walmart. Our new location offers easy access and plenty of parking, making it more convenient than ever to get the expert help you need.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
Like Aaron mentioned earlier, it's State Fair weekend, and that means new innovations. Let's take a look at this. A new landmark was unveiled at the Oklahoma State Fair. Bolt Tower is a 72-foot sculpture that pays tribute to the 118th year history of the fair. It can be found between the Bennett Event Center and the OG&E Coliseum. The sculpture was funded through Oklahoma City's 1% for the Arts program.
Hugh Jackman is here in town today, but what do students think about the Broadway legend coming to town? Let's take a look.
Probably have to be Les Mis.
The Boy from Oz.
Les Miserables.
A Star is Born.
Be the Greatest Showman. Overall, he's just a great guy. I mean, he's loved for the community, and honestly, what he does outside of acting, I just enjoy about him.
I love The Greatest Showman. It's so great, and it's love to see him actually sing compared to like Wolverine and stuff that he's done. So it's great.
The Greatest Showman.
Cool is probably Les Mis. He's a pretty good person. That you can't really find that a lot in Hollywood, to be honest.
Linez, it's the best.
It's The Greatest Showman.
Mine's The Greatest Showman.
I think Les Mis is cool.
Probably The Greatest Showman.
Probably The Greatest Showman. I think he's a great actor.
The Greatest Showman.
Would be The Greatest Showman.
Is The Greatest Showman.
I really like his accent.
Honestly, I don't know. The Greatest Showman is like the really only one I've seen, but he's just like a good actor and a good singer.
Les Mis was iconic. One look at that screen and was like, man, that man's so fine.
It's time to get creative. The Student Union Activities Board hosted the OSU Arts Festival today, and our very own Preston Hudlow went out to see what the fun was about.
OSU brings creativity to the forefront with its annual arts festival right outside the Student Union. The festival showcases a vibrant mix of visual arts, interactive workshops, and offers students and visitors a unique opportunity to engage with local and student artists.
I just think having opportunities like this to, really invite people into the arts is a really good opportunity for people.
By sharing their art and engaging with admirers, artists not only gain exposure, but also a deeper sense of purpose and connection within the community.
Well, a lot of us are broke college students, so you know what? We get some money out of it. That's pretty sweet, but it's nice to see people buying my things that they like, because I also just like it. So it's like then we share a thing and we become friends, and it's always really fun, and I just enjoy doing it. I just love making art.
Reporting from the Student Union, Preston Hudlow, The Daily O.
Well, it's been another sunny day for fairgoers, but what should we expect as we get into this weekend? William Manziel is standing in the Weather Center with the weekend forecast. Will, what are we looking at?
Yes, we're looking at some Honestly, we're not looking at very much going on in Oklahoma. We got some light to moderate weather over here, over on the west side of the country, but Oklahoma is looking pretty clear. Now, if we go to tomorrow night into Sunday, that would be, yeah, we got a little bit over here in the Panhandle, just coming into the state. Now, we might see some more of that later. Now, let's go over and see Sunday into Monday. Will we have some more weather coming in? We will, right here in about the middle of the state. We're going to have some light to moderate rainfall possibilities, but shouldn't be anything too crazy. Now, let's look at some things that I think you should be looking out for this week. Now, as you can see, some possible rain, as I already talked about. We're going to have some continued summer heat, so again, those hot conditions are not going to be going anywhere for a good amount of time. And lastly, we're going to have a bit of cloud coverage coming up, so even though it'll be hot, it shouldn't be too sunny as you're walking outside. Now, that's all I've got here for this section of the forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks for that, Will. When we return, what we know about the man who killed Charlie Kirk.
And where President Trump plans to send the National Guard next. The Daily O returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far, and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
After a 2-day manhunt, a suspect is in custody for the murder of Charlie Kirk. 22-year-old Tyler Robinson has been arrested after his family turned him in to law enforcement. The family reportedly saw pictures of Robinson online and contacted authorities. Robinson was a student at a technical college in Utah. Robinson's family reports that he became more political in recent years. He had multiple discussions about Kirk coming to the UVU campus. Robinson is expected to be charged with aggravated murder.
President Donald Trump says that he will deploy the National Guard to Memphis. This comes as the president has announced a string of other cities he says are in need of federal help. Trump says the deployment will assist in lowering crime in the area. The deployment of the National Guard is a testing of power for President Trump as he deploys military elements across the U.S. While Tennessee's Republican governor welcomes the deployment, the mayor of Memphis is not as happy. A lawsuit about Trump's use of the National Guard is currently making its way through the federal court system. However, after a stay was announced on the order of a lower court's ruling, Trump is still legally allowed to deploy the National Guard as he sees fit.
A student at the Naval Academy was shot following a lockdown at the school. Following comments and threats made by a former student online, the Naval Academy was placed under lockdown. When some of the midshipmen confused a responding law enforcement officer for a threat, they took action. One student struck the officer with a parade rifle. The officer then returned fire, striking the student. The student was then taken to the hospital, where they are expected to make a full recovery.
Planned Parenthood is once again under fire by the Trump administration. Lizzie Hoisington has that and more in your political pulse. Lizzie?
Yeah, guys, yesterday, the U.S. Appeals Court ruled to allow the Trump administration to block Medicaid funds to Planned Parenthood. In July, a federal judge ruled clinics nationwide must continue to be reimbursed for funds as it fought against defunding. Nearly half of Planned Parenthood patients rely on Medicaid. Planned Parenthood says Thursday's ruling means over 1.1 million patients can't use this insurance. This also puts as many as 200 health centers at risk. Planned Parenthood says it is the nation's leading provider and advocate of affordable sexual and reproductive health care. President Trump has announced that he will award the Presidential Medal of Freedom to Charlie Kirk. He announced this during the remarks at the Pentagon to commemorate the 9/11 attacks. The Presidential Medal of Freedom is the nation's highest civilian honor. Kirk co-founded Turning Point USA, where Trump spoke at events during his campaign and presidency. He was a close ally to Trump and played an influential role in urging him to select J.D. Vance as his running mate. The date of the award has yet to be determined. That's all for me. Back to you guys.
Night in Texas. Zach Berger joins us in the Sports Corner with all things OSU athletics right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back to the Daily O and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Zach Berger. Thanks for sticking with us. Cowgirls soccer lighting up the scoreboard last night, cruising to a 5-1 win on the road against East Texas A&M. The Pokes scored all but one of their goals in the first 20 minutes, with senior defender Ellie Joffrey scoring 2 goals in 5 minutes. The Lions' only goal came in the 47th minute off a penalty shot. The Cowgirls are back in action on September 18th in Stillwater, where they take on Kansas to start Big 12 play. And over on the ice, the mayhem that is Bedlam is in full swing. OSU hockey starts 3-0 for the first time ever in team history. Pokes traveling to Edmond for the first of a 2-game set against OU with an electric 8-5 win over the Sooners. And if you aren't quite sure how big of an upset that is, OU is in the top 25 at the D1 level of collegiate hockey, while OSU is in the Division II level. They're back in action tonight at the Wee Street Ice Center in Tulsa. OSU students get in free with a student ID and a good old whiteout game. Puck drops at 7 p.m. Oklahoma State men's and women's tennis is hitting the courts to start their fall slate. A pair of Cowgirls are in day 2 of the Battle in the Bay in San Francisco. What started as 4, the Cowgirls are now down to Rosemarie Nishkamp and Lucia Payray in the round of 16. Both as a doubles pairing and in singles, the two picked up wins yesterday, this morning in doubles, and are currently competing in singles as we speak. And on the men's side, the Cowboys start their fall season today in Tulsa at the UTR Tulsa event. Thomas Gadecki and Nicholas Cobelt picked up wins earlier to advance to the Sweet 16, while Ian Brax is currently competing and looks to join him. The 2025 Oklahoma State Athletics Hall of Honor ceremony is now just 2 weeks away. OSU legends getting their names cemented in Stillwater. History, it's a big deal. Highlighting one of those of the 6 is Cowboy golf legend Victor Hovland. Hovland's one of this year's inductees, and while he's still currently competing at the highest level in the PGA, his time in Stilly built him to where he is today. He was the first-team All-American and Ben Hogan Award winner in 2019, as well as being a key piece in the 2018 National Championship run. The Norway native has 11 professional career wins and has competed in the Ryder Cup. Well, that's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. One Kentucky nurse is saving all types of life. Kendall and Tyler have it right after this.
Thank you for coming to Stay and Play Pet Resort. This is where we can board your pet at any time for your convenience and make them feel at home. We have 5 different kennels for your pet. We have luxury suites that come with TV, camera, fireplace. The webcam is at your free. We have Kitty City where you can board your cat for multiple different prices. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a free chauffeur service. If you go to Baker Animal Clinic, you can drop your pet off anywhere between 7:30 a.m. and no later than 8 a.m. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a game day sports package. For $37, you can drop your dog off during the game day as early as 7:30 in the morning. Policy states you do not have to pick up your pet up until 1 hour after the game. At Stay and Play Pet Resort, we thrive to treat your best and give them the best at-home feeling.
A bit of breaking news for Stillwater here, as Mayor Will Joyce has been named the top Oklahoma mayor for communities over 5,000 residents. He says that is a reflection of the whole city council and their stellar city staff who do the hard work every day of making Stillwater a better place. He says it's also a testament to the Stillwater community and the amazing impact they have made together. That honor was given to him by the Mayor's Council of Oklahoma at the Oklahoma Municipal League Conference.
Few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. When I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
One show on Comedy Central is making changes to their program schedule. Chance Annis tells you why in your A-List update. Chance?
Thanks for that, guys. Following the assassination of Charlie Kirk that occurred on Wednesday, Comedy Central has decided to pull an episode. In the second episode of the new 27th season of South Park, they parody Kirk. This sense has been removed from their nightly rotations on cable. In the episode titled Got a Nut, Eric Cartman decides to become a right-wing podcast host and begins to debate his fellow classmates and, quote, shut down these woke liberal students. Cartman uses the same debate tropes as Kirk and even copies his exact same hairstyle. After the episode aired, Kirk actually said he found the episode, quote, hilarious, and that South Park gets it right. Comedy Central had no comment to say about the pulling of the episodes from air. However, the episode is still available on Paramount Plus for streaming.
Thanks for that, Chance. Nurses are always saving lives, but this Kentucky nurse had a very unusual patient. Misty Combs arrived for a typical day of work when she noticed a raccoon behaving strangely. She says her curiosity led to her following the animal to a nearby dumpster. It was here she noticed the Moonshine Distillery next door and had dumped fermented peaches, and 2 baby raccoons had gotten stuck. Combs got a shovel and extracted one of the babies, but the other had to receive life-saving CPR. Incredibly, the baby recovered and was taken by animal control to sober up at the local veterinarian.
Boot up that console and ready up, it's National Video Games Day. From Pong to Astrobot, video games have been a part of people's lives for more than 50 years. Bringing joy to all the video games have brought people together from all over the world. If you want to celebrate the occasion, there's plenty of options. You could load up your favorite game, hop online with your friends, or go for a high score. No matter how you choose to celebrate, make sure you post your gameplay with the hashtag National Video Game Day. Now, Kendall, the viewers may not know this, but you actually are a former Overwatch master, so this is right up your alley.
Well, yes. This really is right up my alley. But I haven't played Overwatch in years now. So if I had to pick a favorite video game, it would definitely be Super...
That's a great look, though, Kendall.
Oh my gosh. It would definitely be Super Smash Bros. Because I grew up playing it with my family. What about you, Tyler?
You know, that's a great pick. I don't think you can do better than Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, though. I mean, hot take, I'm going to put it out there, though.
That's a very interesting topic, but let's see what Will thinks.
Ooh, see, I'm a pretty big fan of puzzle games, so I don't think you can go wrong with the classic Portal, or more specifically the sequel. Portal 2's got to be my favorite game. Speaking of Portal 2, we're about to open a Portal 2, a really hot week this week. So as you can see, on Friday, we're looking at about 96 degrees. That is today, very hot. And it's not going to get much better on Saturday, looking at 95. Now over the weekend, it's going to warm up or actually cool down just a little bit, but not enough to really make a difference. 93 to 94, back down to 93. And all the way once we get to Thursday, we're going to drop down below the 90s all the way to 89 degrees. Now, that might feel a little nicer, but it's still going to be pretty hot. So make sure you are preparing for that. Now, that's all I've got for the 7-day. Back to you guys.
Well, thanks for that, William. I wish it would cool down a little bit, but seems like we're stuck with it.
You know what, Will? At least your jokes are still hot.
Thanks, man.
All right, well, that's a look at today's headlines. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O next week for the latest happening here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Tyler Tripodi.
And I'm Kendall May Stark. Have a blessed night, everybody.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes. Another